Hello everybody, welcome back to another Wheelassassin video. Thank you once again for tuning in to another one of my tutorials. This tutorial is going to be teaching you guys how to build this beautiful looking, relaxing orchard sort of things for your Minecraft farms. Now Minecraft and farming is a great thing that goes well together, and this is very practical for the survival world as well. So if you guys do build this in survival, let me know in the comments down below, just to see how hard it is for you guys as well, just so I can always adapt my tutorials in the future. But there is some very natural materials in this build. Of course, we have a little beehive thing over here for this lovely looking orchard. These bees are obviously working bees, so the honey does actually get produced and things like that. These bees are actually hard at work still, even though all these are full. It's amazing. We also have this man-made waterfall over here, and it goes into a stream, which looks very natural, overgrown with nature. Is brilliant. A couple natural beehives around there as well. Hey, the bees just chilling underneath it. We also, if we pop across here, we can see obviously more of these trees in line, so it is like an orchard. All of these trees are 7 blocks high. The ones that have been planted normally, the ones that I've just grown, you know, to be any length, are just kind of scattered over this way, because this is kind of the wild lands of the place, and then this is kind of the you know, the farm sort of area that's being produced for like apples, say, or something like that. It's pretty cool. And then over on this side we have some benches, so you can come relax, taking the scenery, taking the bees hard at work. You know, it's pretty relaxing spot. It's nice. Over here we have some compost bins, working lids and whatnot. Just looks really nice. Great for keeping the smells in, and all the worms and whatnot in as well. And then yeah, it's just a beautiful looking, relaxing spot for your Minecraft worlds. And I love building little cozy looking spots like this. It's definitely one of my favorite things to do in Minecraft, building these just random builds, and this one definitely is an awesome one because it does go well with other bits and pieces related to a farm. So you could actually just make a square basically the same shape as this one, plonk it next door, and then use it as a wheat field, say. It'd be awesome. So this does go well with any sort of farm related builds. It's amazing. You could also add a trailer on the end of there as well to make it look like the tractor is actually going to pick some flowers, or some collect some honey, or even get some apples from these trees that are, you know, producing apples. It's awesome. It's a nice working kind of order farm, and obviously we have a gate over here just so you don't end up getting run over by the tractor when you're trying to enter through this orchard. Anyway, let's go ahead and get building. Okay guys, so the starting materials you're going to need, some oak fence, you're also going to need some oak leaves, as well as some oak fence gates, and then some grass path for this kind of main entrance area. Now what we're going to do is we're going to kind of lay out the build so far, and then we're going to build everything that goes within these fences later on in the video. Now this shape is a 41 width, so this way, by 47 in length going down that way, build. So it's a very big build, so you definitely need a lot of space on your world for this cool looking place. So we're going to make sure we go just a good amount of distance away from this other one, not too far of course, so we can actually go and check back on this one, make sure we're doing it all right. There's actually a few bees just scattered around here anyway, so that'd be great to have a new home. So what we need to do is, first of all, we're going to lay out where this track for the tractor is going to go. So if we come a little bit further away, over here, this will do. So we're going to go 3 with our grass path like that. Then we're going to go leave a 1 block gap and make sure that just stays normal grass. And we're going to go kind of just 1 up from that. We're also going to add another one on there, so this becomes a 4 block shape. This becomes 2, so it's kind of half of this one. Then we're going to make sure this goes all the way down, like so. So for this one line, we need to make this a 51 block shape. So this is going to be a very long trail down here, but we need to make sure this one overhangs this one by at least 2 blocks, because then it adds the effect that the tractor is more messy. You know, there's a lot more mud on one of the left wheels than the right one. So this one is 51 blocks, so let's go ahead and count this. So 1, okay, so 51 blocks that way, and obviously we need to add a few more blocks on the ends of this one. So as we have our own little marker with the right trail there, we can just basically rampage through this one, and then add 2 on the ends over here, so like that. As long as this left one is bigger than the right one, it will not make any difference how you do this. It really doesn't matter. You could even extend it even further than this. You don't actually have to just go the 51 blocks and then, you know, not leave a little trail over this side beyond the gates. It's just for this build I decided to stop it at the gates just so it looked like it was just part of the build. So if we go for every random space you think would be great for a stone button to add the effect of a, like, you know, a stone in the road or whatever, just basically plonk it down and yeah, see how it goes. So you can always remove these afterwards and replace them back with grass paths if you're not happy. But I think that is going to do us the job for now. Obviously we might need to remove that one in the middle there just for the tractor, which is going to go right there. Okay, so now that we have this path, well, this kind of grass path looking trail done, we can actually go 3 blocks in from where we made this overhanging bit over here. I'm just going to knock that block off and replace it with a grass one, just so we can have a little bit more overhang on this side. And we're going to make this go along 7 blocks before it edges up into the actual oak leaves over there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Oops. And then on this one over here, we're just going to stick a lovely looking fence gate, just like so. So 4 in from the grass path, we're going to stick a fence gate, and then 2 like that. Now we can actually start to angle this up, so it goes into this 3 high looking shape over here. Over here, we need to make this going along by 8 blocks by 3, and then it needs to go along by at least about 20 blocks, 21 blocks going down. So it's a little bit of a long hedge, this one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then 8. Okay guys, so what we need to do next is actually we have our number 1 for this length section. We need to build another 21 3-tiered hedges over here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, like so. So this becomes 22, obviously because of that end one we built with the 8 going along. We can just need to make these up to 3 blocks high now, and then we can take our fence and we can go along like this. And now as we get to this one on the end, what we're going to do is knock off the 2 there, knock off that one there, and then we can put the fence going down like so. Now this fence actually goes along by 25 blocks, so we have our number 1 over here. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Like so. And the 24th one is where you want to stop, because this now becomes a 47 length shape, which is what we want. Definitely what we want. And then we need to make this a 41 width shape as well for the build. So now what we can do is come to the other side. We're going to go along with our fence, and we're going to go along by 19 blocks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Now on the 19th one you definitely want to stop, because we're actually going to build a hedge going along by 4 like this. Nice one. You can actually just tear up your fence like that, and then as you can see the fence literally just goes around the corner on top of the hedge, going all the way down for the 47 blocks, and then it goes and basically does the exact same on this side. So we can go ahead and build that right now. It's great that we've done the other side first, because this side is definitely the easiest one. So we're just going to take our hedge and go all the way along until we reach the exact same length as we have our opposite fence over there. So up to the 47, which is about just there. Okay, 1 more block, my bad. Boom, there we go. And now once you have your 47, is that in line? Yeah, okay. We're going to go along another 3, make this a 4 block shape. Then we can take our fence and go along by another 19 blocks until you reach that dirt path over there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, and 19. Amazing. That is what we want. Now we can obviously do the same over here. But this one, as you can see, it doesn't go into a hedge. It literally just goes around, up, and connects up to this fence over here. There we go. Amazing. Okay, nice one. Now we definitely have the right shape, which is brilliant. Last finishing touches on the perimeter. We're just going to go up with our fence 2 blocks on this 19th one and go across over the hedge to connect up to the other side. This just keeps the keeps this place looking nice and cozy, and the fence definitely looks great in Minecraft, especially if you wanted to use this not only as this sort of orchard over here, but if you wanted to make this your own type of design using this kind of perimeter shape, then yeah, feel free. It's definitely a good sort of design to have. Now over on the left side of your build, what you want to do is you want to come 4 blocks in from the end as it starts to tear down. So you want to go from this one, this one, this one, then you're on this 3 length shape. You want to go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 even, and then when you're on the 4th one, you want to plonk a block here, and this is going to be another hedge there, one up, and then like that. Now we can bring our oak fence and do the exact same thing we did just over here, but just here instead, like so. And now what we're going to do here is basically build this waterfall that we have over here as well. So we need to grab ourselves some cobblestone stairs, some cobblestone blocks, and I believe, yeah, that's all. That's all. That's good. I thought there were slabs in there somewhere, but no, that's good. Not missing out any materials today. That's good. Okay, let's go and do this now. So one last finishing touch for this hedge. We're just going to add another fence just like that. So this cobblestone fountain sort of waterfall thing goes 1, 2, 3 blocks high, then 2, 1, 2, then 1, and then just stairs in these corners going up like so into this shape at the top over here. Cool. Okay, that's pretty simple. And then obviously we'll come back in a second to go and cut this little stream out. Okay guys, so for this next step what we're going to do is we're going to build the beehives in their actual the kind of man-made beehives over here. So these are actually the ones that a farmer would go and, you know, collect the honey on a day and then, you know, bring it back to the farm for selling or whatever. And obviously the wild ones is the ones that the farmer does not touch because he does not want to get stung, of course. So what you need to do to build these is you just need some oak wood stairs. You also need some jungle trapdoors as well as the normal beehives. Now we're going to come 2 blocks away, well, 1 block away from the thing like this, from the hedge, and then on this kind of second block in, we're going to put 1 stair, leaving a gap obviously all the way around. Then we're going to come and do the same but leaving a 2 block gap between the beehives. Same again. Let's go and build this other end one quickly. So obviously this one, just like so. So you can have like a walk around effect over here. And then another one just 2 blocks away from this. Now you should have about 5 in this gap. You could obviously cram loads in if you wanted to and maybe change up the design, but I kind of like the spacing of it. I think it looks pretty cool. So now you have your upside down stairs in there. You just want to grab your beehives, stick these in so that this little kind of like looking letterbox sort of thing is facing this way, and that's when the bees can actually get in and out. We're going to stick obviously jungle trapdoor on the top to make it look like it's, you know, able to be opened, and you know you can see the honeycombs inside and things. We're also going to add some jungle trapdoors on the sides of these like this. It's a little bit tricky to get these ones on the ends, so you have to crouch a little bit just to make sure you can get them on the ends, but it doesn't look, it's not too tricky. It's just it's great to have the handles at the bottom because it just looks so much more presentable, and yeah, it just looks nice and symmetrical with the rest of the build as well. So again, the awkward trapdoor, just gonna crouch, and there we go. Now then, this is probably one of the trickiest sections of this build, so I'm going to do this now in part 1 just so that you guys can hopefully get it down. And then this is, like I said, this is probably one of the trickiest sections apart from that stream down there. Getting these trees the same height can be a little bit awkward in some places, so we're going to do it nice and slow and hopefully we can get it done pretty well. So what we need to do is take our oak saplings or a tree of your choice, it doesn't really matter. I think using jungle might be a little bit of a problem because you can't get the right height, but if you guys want us to use birch, say, I think that would work pretty fine as well. What we're going to do is come 3 away from this road, and we're going to stick a tree, I think it's about, yeah, 4 blocks from the fence, so 1, 2, 3, 4. So here we need to put this on the 5th one, so 4 like that, 3 away from this thing here, and the road even, thing here, wow, 3 away from this road. And then we're going to leave a 5 block shape. So whoa, hold on a second, I forgot something. Before we plonk this tree down, we're going to mark it with glass, because the reason being we need to make these obviously the same height. So we need to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 blocks up with our glass, and then we need to go along in the same row as where we're going to plant our trees, because we definitely want these the same height all together. So going along with our glass up to the end, just so that your trees don't end up growing wrong. Plant our sapling, and let's just take a look at what it should look like when it's done. Now the reason we use glass instead of like dirt, say, is because the trees do actually grow through the dirt, because obviously they're trees, they're just, you know, they root wherever they can. Using the glass obviously is a man-made object, so the tree can't like use that to its advantage, but it can see through it to grow, so it does kind of stop it from growing further, but it does definitely help you control the height. So as you can see, this has not gone through, this is literally up to 6 blocks high, as this glass is 7. So leaving a 5 block gap now, we can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, plonk 1 on 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, plonk 1 on 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Boom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Plonk. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then let me just double check this is the right sort of length. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You should have seven trees in a row. I think this one might have been 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. I was going to say that looked a little bit too small of a gap to me. You want to make sure these are definitely 5 blocks in between. So you want to try and find that middle block if you can on every single gap that you've just made. Just so that you have a nice marker for where your tree is going to go. And this end should also be 4 blocks away from the fence, as similar to this one. Nice one. So now what we can do is just go ahead and plant a little bit of bone meal on these, so these do actually grow up. There we go. There we are. And obviously double check that these do not go through the glass. I'm pretty sure they would not. But you definitely just want to make sure that these all are the same height. They just look more, definitely like they've been planted, you know, on purpose. They haven't just, you know, sprouted all of a sudden and just been left to grow on their own. These are well trimmed and well kept trees. Of course the glass did make a difference to this one, how it grew on this side, but that was my own fault. There we go. Shouldn't have left that tower there, that's my fault. There we go, that looks great. And then all these trees are in a nice line as well, so they look very, very professional looking things as well. It's pretty cool. So now doing the exact same we've just done on this side, we can go 3 away from this road and in line with that other tree, so 3 away. So on the 4th one we're going to stick a tree. Then we can go along the same line and literally use these other trees as markers now. We don't have to count anymore. It's brilliant because now we have the right shape. You can just use this as almost like a shadow, how you want these trees to grow. So then what we do is we're going to go 5 back from these ones. Oh, before we do that, don't forget your towers. So 7 blocks high, remember, going all the way along these trees, making sure you have them all covered over, just so that they don't grow into one of those humongous oak trees that we just do not want at this time. So now we can actually see where the sapling is, so it's about there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then on the 6th one is where we're going to plant another tree. So make sure you're in line with this one, and there we go. And then we can obviously make the line go along as well from this point, and then plant another row of trees. And we're also going to do this one more time just besides this one as well. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and on the 6th one is where we're going to plant our tree. So make sure you're in line with this block and drop, and there we go. Yep, you should be able to feel that on your head. There we go. So now we can bring this along, make sure it lines up again with the glass over this side, and then we can come underneath this and plant some more trees. So obviously make sure these are 5 blocks away. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There we go. And then now we have the right line with our glass. We can literally just come under and plant another 2 rows of these lovely looking trees. Awesome. This is going great. This is going well. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. That's where we want to plant our next one. Oh, that's a bit. Planted that one in the wrong spot. There we go. My bad. All these need to be definitely 4 blocks away from the exterior fences, just so that you can, on either end I mean, just so that you can have a nice walking space as well between the trees, like that side. That is definitely an easy spot to get to the bees over there. It's pretty cool. And obviously around this side you want to leave the perimeter empty so we can add those compost bins as well as the actual benches as well. Okay, now all those trees should grow on their own. If you wanted to speed it along with some bone meal, obviously feel free to do so. It's absolutely cool. Yeah, that looks pretty cool. I think I'm going to go and speed this on a little bit so we can get on with the rest of the build. Now, I forgot to mention before we planted these trees, guys, but if you do happen to miss the bone meal on one of the trees, you know, the saplings, and it makes grass around it, honestly, don't worry. It actually looks really cool like that. It kind of adds a little bit of a meadow effect to the thing as well, and the bees absolutely love it because that is obviously how they'll work for you, is if you plant some flowers. So that definitely helps you out as well in this kind of tree planting process. The next thing we want to do is obviously break all this glass because it'll just look a little bit strange. Okay, so now that you have completed that process, what we're going to do is we're going to come down into this corner. This is on the right side of the build, by the way, guys. We're going to go 1, 2, 3 blocks in. We're going to stick a 2-block bench like this, just made of some jungle wood stairs. Then we're going to take some jungle trapdoors and stick these with the handles facing upwards for the sides of the bench over here. Awesome. Now we're going to leave a 10 block gap in between each of these benches. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Then on the 11th one, we're going to stick another double bench like so. Now going to the exact opposite side, we're going to do the exact same. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. And then we're leaving a 10 block gap. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. On the 11th, obviously build your second double bench like so. Now in between these gaps, we're going to leave a 3 block space between each of these compost bins that we're going to add into the build. So on the 4th one, we're just going to plonk out a hole, just so we can mark out where these bins are going to go, in these 3 gaps like this. Now if you want to change the flooring of these blocks to be, say, cobblestone, you could of course grab yourself some cobblestone and use these to your advantage. Maybe use some mossy if you wanted to add a little bit of an effect of these bins have been there for a while, you know, they're doing a hard job, and it's yeah, definitely taking some time. So I might add some cobblestone for my ones over here. Unfortunately you can't see it, but if you wanted to add, say, a cobble effect around the outskirts of these to make them stand out a little bit better, so maybe something like this effect, you know what I mean? Or if you just wanted to keep the entire build looking like it's on forest ground, then of course do whatever you guys feel is cool for you. So now we're just going to stick some trapdoors on top like so. Then we're going to grab ourselves a sign of your guys' choice. I'm going to use an oak sign just because I feel like this suits the rest of the build and works well with the kind of materials we're already using. And we're going to crouch on this bin, second row down, arrow pointing that way, compost written in the middle, and then arrow pointing in that direction as well. And then just quickly click circle to come out of the option to edit the text. And there we have it. That is cool. Alright, nice one. Now the last finishing touch you may want to do for this side of the build is you just want to grab yourself some bone meal, and we're just going to go mental around this section over here. Just basically go around like you're the Flash and just plant as many pieces of bone meal as possible within these kind of grounds. This also looks great, and like I said, it definitely works well with the bees in there. They definitely obviously appreciate the flowers being there, and it looks awesome. Like I said about a meadow, it looks really great with all these little bits of grass around and all the different ferns and things that are showing up. It looks amazing. It looks kind of like a forest, an under control forest. It's awesome. So make sure that every little spot is just covered with some bone meal, and once you are satisfied with how much growth you've got going on here, this looks great. We're going to just take one little last thing, we're going to grab some bee nests, and we're just going to plonk these kind of under some trees. Obviously not like right next to each other, just so we can leave a little bit of a gap, so it looks like nature has taken place and done its job. So we're going to come to, say, this tree over here. We're going to just plonk a couple of these leaves out under here, and then maybe just stick one just like so, just there. Maybe just make that so it looks a bit more natural. Like that, and then maybe we'll add one on the back over this one. Perfect. So you just want to scatter them about, make sure there's like at least, say, one on each of these three rows of trees. So my last one I'm going to put just on this tree over here. Make sure the bees are accessible to it, and there we go. That is pretty much done. So this is part 1 of the build, guys. Definitely stay tuned for part 2 coming very, very soon. I will stick the link, obviously, when it's done in the description down below as well, so you guys can go and finish off this cool looking meadow with a little stream over here, and finish off this waterfall, and every little aspect of the build that doesn't look too natural, doesn't look too man-made. It's more sort of natural. Yeah, but thank you so much once again for watching, guys. Definitely stay tuned, like I said, as well, for that tractor. That'd be awesome. And I'll see you at the next Wheelassassin build coming very, very soon. Thank you so much once again for watching. It really does mean a lot. If you did enjoy this one, definitely smash a like, that'd be awesome. If you want to stick around for the entire series of tutorials that I do over this channel, definitely consider subscribing. That'd be amazing. Thank you once again. Have an excellent day. Happy farming, and I'll see you at the next Wheelassassin video coming very, very soon.